Hey guys, it's your brother in Christ, Weston. Thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to be reviewing something that I've been hearing a lot about, but I don't know anything about. Somebody by the name of Peter Thiel, who owns Palantir and supposedly is a tech billionaire who is a Christian but also gay, and is preaching about Antichrist. I don't know what I'm getting into. Let's get into it. Okay, in three, two, one.
These people are good actors and they want to do the right things and they don't want to use their power to control you and others out there.
Okay, so if you aren't familiar with Palantir and Peter Thiel, here is a macro overview of what they actually do. And I'll do my best to try and give a good faith reasoning for why they think that they're doing good. But before we get into that, guys, my name is Ruslan. This channel exists to encourage, empower, and inspire you to live a life that blesses God. A lot of times that looks like us leaning into conversations about rumors of the Antichrist, the end times, surveillance state, and ultimately trying to get a biblical framework on these conversations. So if you're new here or if you're not new here, do me a favor, make sure you're subscribed, hit that subscribe button. A bunch of you that watch this channel regularly are not subscribed. And when you subscribe, make sure that bell notification is on because we've been getting reports that a ton of folks who got the bell on aren't getting the notifications. All right, let's jump into this conversation. Well, if you aren't familiar with Palantir, here's a macro overview, and I'm going to do my best to be as charitable as possible regarding what it is that they do, but at the same time acknowledging how it can completely go off the rails.
People involved, how now it's a $300 billion company. Just a couple of years ago, it was a $15 billion company. Stock just skyrocketed. I think I even recommended it a few years ago. One of the videos that I did. Trump partnering up, a lot of people with the California issue coming out saying, we should use Palantir. Why? Well, we have this technology called Gotham and Foundry. One of them knows how to judge people's behavior, similar to Minority Report.
So Palantir has an AI surveillance type software that can potentially predict your behavior. But check out what PBD said regarding the Palantir name and the connection he makes.
But the history of it's weird. The most basic thing to be thinking about, the name Palantir. Where does even Palantir come from? Do you ever watch Lord of the Rings? In Lord of the Rings, there's this thing called Palantir. Obviously, a guy like me, who for sure is a nerd, I follow all this stuff very, very closely. The meaning of Palantir is seeing stones. It's this stone that tells you what everybody in the world is doing today. So they're not
Interesting.
around the bush. We gotta build Palantir to see what you're doing. That's kind of like somebody starts a old folks home called Hannibal Lecter, and you're like, "What's send your father, send your mom, your parents are going to be totally taken care of." It's why you guys call it Hannibal Lecter? Who cares? It's just a name.
But Palantir is not just a defense company. They are getting government contracts and even hiring former government contractors that are a part of this entire operation.
Palantir is at the front of a new group of companies who say they are going to disrupt the old, slow, bloated defense primes with their new, efficient, innovative, user-friendly Silicon Valley style. Because, you either die making boring old fighter jets or you live long enough to see someone come along with their own swarm of autonomous attack drones.
They've made a ton of really senior hires from US government agencies, and also a number of really senior Palantir executives have been appointed by Trump to senior government positions.
So it seems like this
Interesting. So where else? Where are we talking about? Like, let me see.
Before they begin. That's the tagline. And by the way, that use of drone.
All your data, knowing everything you do, knowing how fast your heart is beating. I think it's
and Joe Rogan, as they rightfully point out that there is an anxiety and a fear around this company, Palantir.
so. I think it's not only these great fortunes, but it's their capability to literally be gods, to literally know what you're thinking, what you fear, what you want, your desires, all of these things, having all your data, knowing everything you do, knowing how fast your heart is beating. All these wearable things that you have that are transmitting frequencies to, someplace where all of your health data is being stored. That's what bothers a lot of people. That's what bothers people about this Palantir thing.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday.
Yeah.
The Palantir thing is very odd.
A lot of people feel that this is the precursor to, a social credit score, a digital kind of police state, and that it's being done under the guise of security, that you will be safer.
Which is what the Patriot Act was brought
That's
through with.
exactly right.
When they say safety and security, or what is it? Goodness gracious, I can't think of it. But when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction comes upon them as labor pains upon a pregnant woman, and they shall not escape.
Willing to trade liberty for security deserve neither. I mean, there's a lot of folks who have given up their rights in exchange for feeling safe. And is this going to be going down that same direction? But the presupposition in all that is that the people you give the power to, give your rights to, actually are good faith actors and want to keep you safe. But what's
So I don't want to. I'm gonna stop it there. Uh, go watch the rest of that video because I need to. But I've been watching. I should have left the video running. There is an article that I've been seeing as well. A lot of articles around. It says Palantir's Peter Thiel warns that regulating AI hastens the arrival of the Antichrist, and I've been seeing this. Just I don't know why. It's he's in a series, a clandestine, now in a series of clandestine lectures. Thiel's warning that efforts to regulate AI could accelerate the arrival of the Antichrist, a figure from Christian theology symbolizing ultimate deception and control. But he is the founder of a billionaire co-founder of Palantir Technologies, has long been polarizing figure in Silicon Valley, known for his contrarian investments, political influence, and unapologetic conservatism. Interesting, 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 interesting. And so let me give a little read here. Well, yeah, I guess I'll read just some things and maybe just take a couple of screenshots because I'm only using one hand here. Where to go? Where to go? Where to go? Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Here it is. Um, it says the first session ever became quickly public when the attendee Kasiji Kokarni shared notes online prompting that swift backlash. Stephen revoked his ticket, writing and pointing, "You are in violation of clear off the record policy we implemented, reiterated many times." I don't know what this is about. Um, uh, what is it? There are notes from the later removed offered a glimpse into Thiel's worldview. At the heart of Thiel's argument is a stark warning, fearing or regulating promising technology and scientific progress, including AI, risk courting the devil. A deceiver who promises peace and safety thrives in times of heightened anxiety over existential threats like AI by strangling innovation through overregulation. Society unwillingly paves the way for the figure to impose a one world totalitarian state that erodes human freedom. This isn't Thiel's first foray in such territory. The devout Christian has previously speculated the climate activist Greta Thunberg might embody the Antichrist. Well, we know that there's an Antichrist spirit, but the Antichrist is I don't know who it is. I literally don't know. Um, but I've been seeing a lot about this, so I'm just dropping this here because this is a talking point for us. I'll make another video about this. I just wanted to shine some light on what Ruslan had been talking about because I keep seeing stuff around this, around like this Peter Thiel person I've literally never heard of. I don't know anything about this person until literally 8 minutes ago when making this video where my time is up here. So, but uh, I've just seen articles about this and I'm like, okay, very interesting. Very interesting. So, anyways, guys, that's the video. If you like the video, be sure to like the video. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Let's figure out what this is. I'll make another video on this tomorrow going over this. And if there's anything else I can find about like what is he actually talking about when he means, because we've talked about this, a one world government, a one world currency, a one world religion, a one world ruler, a beast system, a totalitarian state, a social credit score, a CBDC. I have plastered videos about this years ago, and the coming of some kind of antichrist that would be able to rule and reign over this, right? And then cause, things we talked about in 2020, 2021, like CBDC type stuff that goes into the body, biometric chips in the hand, stuff like that, like all kinds of stuff like that, man. So hearing this, never really knowing about it, but hearing about it and hearing conversations about it is really intriguing because it's like, who is, you know, when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction comes upon them as labor pains upon a pregnant woman, and they shall not escape. They shall not escape. You're not getting out of this. So I don't know. I really don't know, but we'll see, man. So, anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next one.